Hello, it's Matt. Welcome to another Wrestling Reactions. This time we're going to do Wrestlelamia. 10 WWE heels who are actually adored by fans in real life. This could be a pretty interesting one. Um, now, I don't know about the rough of every single wrestler, but you read stuff, you hear things, rumors and whatnot. So we're going to see what we see. And so let's get into it. I'll probably stop after each one and make a comment about it. Oh, first though, we got a like, which we did, and we got a. If you haven't subscribed to Wrestlelamia, give him a subscribe.
WWE superstars is that they play a character on screen. Some of WWE's top heels, whilst playing villains on WWE programming, are actually some of the nicest, most genuine wrestlers around. These heels are beloved by their peers, and over the years, stories have been told in relation to just how popular the superstars have become in the locker room. But which ones are they? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 10 WWE heels who are actually beloved in real life. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive release. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Number 10. The Miz. When The Miz first debuted in WWE, he didn't have it easy. The Miz wasn't well liked by the locker room, and he was even forced to get changed in the hallway. This would have been more than enough for most wrestlers to quit, but The Miz persevered. Over the next few years, The Miz worked extremely hard to get better in the ring, and he eventually managed to earn respect to the fans as well as his peers. It's obvious just how much passion The Miz has for the world of pro wrestling, and this can be seen every time he steps foot in a WWE ring. 16 years after his initial WWE debut, Miz is one of the most respected talents around. He's usually selected to work with newer talent, and he was even chosen to work with internet star Logan Paul in the summer of 2022. The Miz has gone from someone who everyone thought was a joke to a stand-up guy who is celebrated for his dedication and success. Number 9. Veer. Veer has been presented...
Pause there. So, interesting about The Miz, okay? WrestleMania doesn't mention it, but everything started to change for him when he was on that, I think it's called Total Divas, which is, the lifestyle show, also scripted about the WWE Divas. This is just before, they started pushing women's wrestling as a serious business in WWE, letting them actually wrestle as opposed to do diva contests, and not that they object to some fan service, but you want to see some wrestling with the fan service. So The Miz was on that show because I forgot, Ms. Reese or whatever her name is. She was on there with the Bellas and all that, and The Miz was very popular, so he started to get a bit of a push. I think that plus, like I said, the hard work behind the scenes helped him out as far as in the company. Now, as far as real life goes, like people who know him in real life, everything I've heard suggests that The Miz is a decent sort of dude. Okay, like if you walk up and say, shake your hand in public type of thing. Not that we do that in the Kofi era, but he doesn't ignore fans or anything like that. So everything I've heard suggests, yeah.
This is WWE's latest monster heel, but behind the monstrous persona, there's a heart of gold. This was apparent in June of 2022 when a tweet went viral from a mother who shared the sad story which detailed nobody showing up to her son's birthday party. This led to Veer responding to the mother by tweeting, "Hey Landon, namaste. I want you to know that when I get into the ring on WWE Raw on Monday night, I'm gonna try to win one for you. You might not want to watch though, might be a bit scary. I can be a mean dude. Have a great birthday, little bro." And this was a classy move from Veer, and it's clear that Veer is perhaps in a miscast role as a heel. Number 8. Tamina. Tamina is widely regarded as one of the most popular stars in the entire WWE locker room. Several talents have shared stories and...
Pause for a minute. So as far as what this other guy did, I don't know him yet. I think he's an NXT guy. I'm just getting back into it, so maybe he's someone I haven't seen yet. A lot of these guys do nice stuff for kids, as far as the Make-A-Wish or, anti-bullying stuff. That's a big thing in WWE for the past 4 or 5 years, I would say. That's nice for him to do something like that.
And just how much Tamina cares about their well-being, and she's always there for them no matter what. There's never been a bad word said about Tamina, and she seems to be friends with everyone up and down the roster. It's been made apparent thanks to interviews just how much Tamina means to the WWE roster. It was reported in 2022 that when Liv Morgan won the SmackDown Women's title, Tamina actually broke down and cried due to how happy she was that Morgan got her special moment. Tamina is a class act, and sometimes the love and respect of your peers means more than any championship. Number 7. Finn Balor. During his time in WWE...
Now, it's kind of funny, Tamina, because if I recall correctly, she is Jimmy Snuka's niece or something like that, but let's verify that. Matter of fact, we'll do it together. We'll minimize that. Open a new tab. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Go to the Google. WWE Tamina. She's either Jimmy Snuka's... Yeah, Tamina Snuka. Okay, so she is... She's the daughter of Jimmy Snuka. Okay, now, let's go back here. Okay. Everything I've ever heard about Jimmy Snuka is that he's a bit of a douche, is or was a bit of a douche. I don't know if he's still alive or not. I know there was some controversy with him about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, let's just see. Is Jimmy Snuka still alive? No, he passed away, okay? So, yeah, I remember that much. So, he was not so, from my understanding, he is not so much a nice guy in real life. Whereas she is a 100% great person, everything I've ever heard. So, interesting contrast there.
Finn Balor has been established as one of the best in-ring talents around. Balor has also built a connection with the WWE locker room, and he's said to be extremely popular backstage. Balor is always on hand to give advice to anyone who asks for it. He could often be seen hanging around with various different talents on the social media pages, and it's been made clear that Balor has made friends for life in WWE. His popularity backstage could be seen back in 2017, when it was reported that Balor's peers spoke out about Balor being squashed by Kane. This was a heavily criticized booking decision, and it just goes to show just how the locker room has always supported the inaugural Universal Champion. But in relation to his relationship with fans, Balor is said to be one of the nicest talents to meet at an organized meet and greet. Balor is always keen to talk to fans and thank them for their continued support. Number 6. Baron Corbin. A former Money in the Bank winner, Baron Corbin, has been heavily criticized by fans over the years. Some fans
he needs someone to get with him.
Boring and overpushed.
He has Heyman now.
But this opinion has changed somewhat in recent times, as more stories have circulated in relation to just how good of a human being Corbin is. Corbin is actually one of the most popular guys in the entire WWE locker room, and this explains why he's featured on television quite a lot.
Guy has athletic potential. He's the right height. He's not too tall.
Into Corbin's popularity and stated, Baron Corbin is beloved in that company. Maybe not by fans, but you can tell from a former writer who one time told me that he's one of the most pleasant people to work with because he will not be combative and he works with you on stuff. And us as fans, we look at this and we're like, another Baron Corbin match. But his heat was so negative where it's now turned into normal heat in a weird way. Number 5, Shayna Baszler. Although Shayna Baszler is one of the most credible and legitimate stars around, she's made a fantastic impression on the locker room since signing with WWE.
Man, she's
said
legit.
to be a great person to be around and has a lot of supporters ranging from Paul Heyman and Becky Lynch to The Rock and Triple H.
Wrestling stare.
Baszler's received praise for being a constant pro in the ring and understanding how to tell a compelling story.
She's like that.
Fans have grown to love Baszler thanks to her appearances on Up Up Down Down, where Baszler has shown her fun side. There's been a recent push to see this side of Baszler get presented on Raw or SmackDown. Number 4, Roman Reigns. Now, there was a point in time where Roman Reigns was loathed by the audience. However, when Reigns turned heel in 2020, fans quickly realized just how a great performer he actually was. Whereas a fan reception to Reigns has changed over the past few years, the locker room reception to him has always been positive. Every superstar who's been asked about Reigns has nothing but positive things to say. Even ex-WWE star Keith Lee has universal praise for Reigns and actually revealed that Reigns was instrumental in making him look good as possible at the 2019 Survivor Series pay-per-view. Number 3, Kevin Owens. A former Universal Champion, Kevin Owens is known for playing a dastardly heel on screen. However, fans know just how wonderful of a human being Owens is. Owens is a family man who seems to be putting everyone before himself. Fans who have met Owens have stated that he was amazing to meet and he had time to interact and actually take an interest into what fans had to say. According to Fightful
Last
Sean
time I was in the
Ross Sapp during a
wrestling,
2020 Q&A,
I
Owens is
say go through
beloved
cycles,
backstage
like
and
in
is
2-3
actually
years and
seen
stop
as the
watching
moral
2-3 years.
compass of the locker
It
room.
was him going
Sapp
to
added,
NXT
everybody there likes
that
Kevin.
drew me back. He was
Everybody there
one of the
likes
things.
Kevin
I
Owens.
know Balor
I've
was
not
over there
heard
too.
one
So
person
a lot of
say,
guys
man,
I'd seen
Kevin
indies
Owens
that are like,
that Kevin
were going
Owens is
through
hard to
NXT,
deal
and I
with.
was like, oh, let's
A lot
follow
of
these
people see him
guys.
as a good moral gauge and moral compass, and usually, if he says something is a rough situation, it's probably a rough situation.
Yeah.
He's a pretty grounded guy. Number 2, Bayley. Over the past few years, Bayley has emerged as the default locker room leader for the women's division.
They really
She's
messed
patient,
her up.
understanding,
She
and
had
actually acknowledges the struggles
all
that
they
members
had
of the
to
roster
do.
may be going through. She's said to be an absolute
If
joy
this
to
heel
work
run
with
had
and is
happened 2 or
always
3
eager
years
to help
ago,
out talent wherever she
then
can.
she could have come back to
This is
being
nothing
almost
new for
permanent
Bayley, as
face.
from the
like
moment she
Cena,
debuted in NXT,
and
she
she
was
would have been
established as
beloved.
being one
Now
of the
they
nicest
got to
wrestlers
build. They just
around.
got to.
Bayley
She got to do
continues
a
to have a
long
great
heel run
relationship with fans, and this
build
has
up that heel
continued
heat on
into
her.
a heel run. Whilst Bayley tries to imply that she doesn't care about fans or other wrestlers on social media, this couldn't be further from the truth. And number 1, Sami Zayn. Now on television, Sami Zayn plays an annoying, conniving heel, yet behind the scenes, Zayn is an amazing human being. He's extremely well liked backstage, and he has built up a great relationship with several talents. He's earned a ton of respect for his charity work in 2017. He set up Sami for Syria to support the Syrian American Medical Society. He's used his fame and fortune to benefit others, which is ultimately going to define his legacy. His work inside the squared circle has received unanimous acclaim, especially since his recent work with Johnny Knoxville. Zayn was selected to work with the Jackass star at WrestleMania 38. Whilst at first fans had a ton of reservations about the feud, it ended up being incredibly entertaining. Zayn has been doing some of the best work of his career lately, and Zayn's reputation backstage, combined with his extensive charity work, has resulted in Zayn becoming one of the most celebrated figures in all of pro wrestling.
And knows how
But there you have it, folks. 10
flow works for
WWE
pro
heels
wrestling,
who are
gimmick and all.
actually beloved in
You
real
get some
life.
good
Be sure to leave your
matches
comments
out of
down below, and I'll see you next time with some more.
So I'll get some wrestlers I would add to this list that don't do. The Undertaker, he never would advertise his Make-A-Wishes that he would do, but he did a bunch of them. But he always believed in maintaining his character even outside the ring. You know, like if you saw him in real life, like at the airport or whatever, he would always act taciturn. When he's not, he's like a very plain, humble guy. Cena does tons of Make-A-Wishes. People love him in real life. You know. So those are a couple of guys that could have been on that list. Anyway, this is Matt. It's been Unbearable 70, another episode of Unbearable 73. If you enjoyed my reaction to that, give me a like and maybe comment down below if you have any suggestions you want me to handle. I'm out of here. Have a good evening. I'm out of here.